Did you guys notice this little detail in episode 10? Remember this clip from the teaser? Yep, the one where Jae-yeon had Jimin's shirt draped over her legs. Do you see the connection now with this second set of contract dating? If you're still a bit lost, don't worry, I'll break it down in just a bit. One thing I always say is to watch every episode with an open mind and no bias. And more than ever before, I did exactly that with episode 10. I went in with a clear head, ready to follow wherever the strongest connection led. Whether that meant jumping ship to SangYoon or staying with Team Jimin, I was open. I'm so glad I approached it that way, because so many things made more sense. Hey guys, it's your girl Funnel Pop. Remember to watch this video till the end to catch the full scope of what I'm saying. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, hit the like button, and share the link so more people can see it. Thanks loves. Now, before I even got to watch episode 10, all the spoilers I kept seeing were analyses about SangYoon and Jae-yeon being the endgame couple. People are already saying those spoilers are 100% accurate. And when I say spoilers, I'm talking about the ones that predicted from the very beginning that a catfish would show up, sweep Jae-yeon off her feet, and she'd end up choosing him. These rumors started way back in episode 1, back when she was still hung up on Woo Jae. The prediction was that her final choice wouldn't be Woo Jae or Jimin, but the male catfish. And now we know that the so-called catfish, the one supposedly winning her heart, is none other than the handsome young prince Mr. SangYoon, the romantic guy. So in this video, I'm gonna break down all my observations on this new love triangle between Jimin, Jae-yeon, and SangYoon. We'll look at the now viral date between SangYoon and Jae-yeon that changed so many hearts, with many saying Jimin's chances are looking real slim now. I'll analyze SangYoon's chemistry with Jae-yeon, and whether I now believe they're truly an endgame couple, after watching this episode. Let's rewind to episode 9. Jimin went to a baking class at work, learned how to bake, and brought the cake home for Jae-yeon. In an unreleased clip, we found out that this cake was actually shared with some house members, including SangYoon. And yes, everyone agreed it was delicious. Now, personally, I think that sweet gesture from Jimin, and Jae-yeon's positive reaction to it, inspired SangYoon to want to do something special and more personal for Jae-yeon too. That same night, he promised to cook her breakfast the next morning. But here's where it gets interesting. Right after SangYoon made that promise, Jae-yeon went and told Jimin about her upcoming breakfast date with SangYoon. Now let's be real, no woman tells a guy she's not sure about that she's going on a date with someone else. Not especially on a dating show. She doesn't owe Jimin any explanation. She's there to find love and has every right to explore her options until she's decided firmly on who she wants. But still, she not only told Jimin about SangYoon's plan to have a kitchen date with her but literally told him what kind of breakfast they'd be having. And that says a lot. Jae-yeon is intelligent. She's figured Jimin out already, she knows he's the jealous type, and that he tends to get easily on edge. And the fact that she gave him not one, but 2 emotionally sensitive updates in the space of 2 days. That tells me she cares about his feelings, like, a lot. The first time was after her lunch date with Woo Jae. When she offered him the info without Jimin prompting or asking her about it. The second was this one, about her breakfast date with SangYoon. She even added, after telling him, "I guess you can sleep well now." Which is her way of reassuring him, softening the blow. Jimin, for his part, told her that he liked it, he appreciated the honesty, and that he'd start doing the same, keeping her in the loop about everything on his side too. That whole interaction means she cares so much about Jimin's feelings and didn't want him to feel hurt, so she was preparing his mind. When I saw this scene, the first thing that struck me was, these two are already a couple. They just haven't put a label on it yet. But I held off on making that conclusion because I hadn't watched the now famous date with SangYoon, the one everyone keeps raving about. I needed to see that for myself before saying anything definitive about Jae-yeon and Jimin being unofficially official. So let's keep going. During the breakfast scene with SangYoon, Jae-yeon seemed a little nervous. You could feel the distance between them at first. But by the end of the meal, that distance started to melt away. She got more comfortable, and the vibe between them became noticeably warmer. She even said she was touched by his gesture, and SangYoon promised to make breakfast for her again. Later, we got an interesting courtyard convo between some of the cast, where Hanul casually mentioned that she has a date with SangYoon. Now, I'm just gonna take a wild guess here, but that date. It could be for strategic planning, nothing more. I've already pointed out in other videos how close Hanul and SangYoon seem to be in the real world, based on their social media interactions. I don't believe they will become more than friends on this show, also based on their social media interactions. So that date couldn't have been for romantic reasons. But this is my theory. Hanul gives SangYoon insider info on Jae-yeon, what she likes, dislikes, all that, basically a cheat sheet to help him charm her away from Jimin. That way, Hanul can try to make her own move on Jimin. But hey, I could be wrong, so take that with a grain of salt. Still, if that's the strategy, will it really work? Next, fast forward to the contract dates. First of all, why didn't production show us the cast's choices? I'm honestly curious how they chose and how many of the guys picked the new female catfish. Anyway, Jae-yeon and SangYoon paired up and met at this gorgeous location, right when it started snowing. And we all know what that means in Korea. If two people see the first snow of winter together, it said they're destined to fall in love, or their relationship will last a long time. It's a powerful symbol of a new beginning, and it's in so many K-dramas. I'm not 100% sure this was the first snow, but it seemed like it, and even Jimin was visibly uneasy about it when he saw the snow. He kept hoping that Jae-yeon wouldn't attach any importance to it, lol. Jimin is really cute and funny. So, that was the first plus for this duo, then the tension started building from there. Then came their dinner. They sat next to each other, and Jae-yeon even looked surprised that he did. But he was like, aren't we supposed to be dating? That moment was cute. After dinner, they went skating, in the freaking snow, OMG. The two looked like they connected more. It was very romantic, very aesthetic. I won't lie, it made me smile a lot, like, I smiled so much my cheeks were hurting, ha 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 ha. And hats off to SangYoon, my guy did his thing and did it well. The hand-holding was cute as Jae-yeon held onto his finger, the warmth too, it was all there. They even wrote their names in the snow, all thanks to Jae-yeon's suggestion. They wrote SangYoon hearts Jae-yeon. It's beginning to look like a very pretty love story. They would make a really great couple, but guess what, guys? I still didn't feel the chemistry. I promise you, I went into this open-minded and unbiased. I was rooting for SangYoon to create something undeniable with her so I could come here and tell y'all that this is the endgame pairing. But I'm sorry. I just didn't see it. There are two key moments across both of their dates that stood out to me. During the first date, Jae-yeon said to SangYoon, "You should have arrived at the show earlier," and he shrugged it off, stating it didn't matter. But on the contract date, when she said she tends to devote herself to the person she likes, and they both agreed that it takes them a while to build trust when dating, then SangYoon admitted, "I should have joined earlier," and she agreed. She literally said, "True, you came too late." That's huge, guys. It shows she has affection for him, maybe even admiration. But the timing is off. Her heart's already somewhere else. That "you came too late" line. She's telling us where her feelings already live, which is with Jimin. She is so committed to Jimin that she lost focus when SangYoon suggested going to an amusement park the next day. She got lost in her thoughts because it was something she had imagined doing with Jimin, not SangYoon. That's huge. Who does she really like more? I think you can infer the answer by now. And we have to talk about that earlier brunch date with Jimin before the contract dates even began. That brunch scene felt like a quiet confession. The way they looked at each other, it said way more than their words. Jimin took a day off so he can spend time with her before the contract dates start. Like, I need my own Jimin, hahaha. This guy is everything. He notices every little detail, and tells her to wear his perfume the next day, laughing my ass off. Why though? So she can smell like Jimin while she's with SangYoon, lol. Then we got a flashback. When Jimin asked how she'd feel when he starts dating someone else for the next set of contract dates. Her expression changed, she looked genuinely sad. She said that will be a bit. Then stopped. Like gosh, she's in so deep, folks. And the way Jimin looked at her at that moment too. Like. Wow. That man is so deep in it too. That was such a soft, loving gaze. The kind of look that melts you. Jae-yoon smiled too, while holding his book. Then we also got more flirting scenes from him. He whispered something into her ears when there was no one else there, hahaha. I feel you, Jimin, I know how you feel, trying to get closer without making it too obvious, right? And also, let's not forget that Jae-yoon too is now making bolder moves. She even checked on him in his room at night to ask him about their lunch date first, which is really nice. These are all the signs that scream real connection and growing emotional intimacy. People whose feelings are growing rapidly for each other naturally want to spend more and more time together. And that's exactly what's happening between Jae-yoon and Jimin. Jae-yoon is falling for Jimin, and she's falling for him fast. But she can't really show it because she is the main protagonist of the show. She still needs to keep the show entertaining and keep the suspense for the producers. Like she said, she wants to know everyone so that she doesn't have any regrets. That's all she's doing, folks. Her mind is set on Jimin already, but she's pacing herself. She can't show it for the sake of the show. During the first night of their contract date, there was something else I noticed. Did you catch the blue shirt Jae-yoon was wearing after she took off her coat at the Korean restaurant with SangYoon? Yup, it's the same shirt we saw in that teaser clip. And guess what else? Take a look at Jimin's shirt from his date with Ji-won. It was a dark blue shirt, and Ji-won had on a black and white top, but they arrived home first and got changed. Check out the shirt Jimin changed into and the hoodie Ji-won too changed into. That is the same hoodie that Ji-won has on in that trailer clip I mentioned earlier. Jae-in clearly came home later and hadn't changed the top she wore for her date with SangYoon. However, when they shot that scene from the trailer, she had Jimin's shirt draped over her legs. Now tell me, why was she in a contract relationship with SangYoon, but had Jimin's shirt over her legs? Does that not say everything about who really has her heart? Honestly, just imagine if the roles were reversed, if Jimin was her contract partner instead. Do you think she'd be cozying up with another guy's shirt like that? No way. This is yet another subtle but strong clue that she holds Jimin close, closer than SangYoon for sure. So, as far as episode 10 goes, I don't see any reason to believe Jae-yoon will choose SangYoon in the end. From episode 1 until now, nothing's changed my mind. Jimin and Jae-yoon are the endgame couple. Forget the rumors. I believe she sees the potential in SangYoon. She even called him Oppa because of his maturity, but his timing is too late. Of course, if anything shifts in the coming episodes or if my thoughts evolve, I'll let you all know. But for now, that's where I stand. What do you all think? Do you agree with my take or did you catch something I missed? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I love reading your theories. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss my next analysis, coming right up. We've got more couples to talk about. Thanks for watching, please subscribe and like the video.